Hey there. This is episode 2 of the Sneaky Archer playthrough with Bosmer race. I did a bit of a hybrid in this one. The last video had no voiceover, and that was on purpose because I was going to do a heavy role-playing, lots of ambiance, lots of mood, to try to do something a bit artistic. Yeah, I think it went over pretty well. Some people indicated they wanted to hear my rambling thought process on it all. Anyway, I'm kind of role-playing a bit through what actually happened here. I went to this Silent Moons camp, and I did die, but I kind of ran into a animation glitch. So this animation glitch caused me to be unable to use my bow after casting the wolf in the conjuration tree. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. I think I've fixed it, but I didn't fix it in this video. So anyway, so that glitch happened, and then the glitch happened again against Ron the Crow, who is the bandit leader. And this actually all happened. I was unable to attack him because of the animation glitch, but I kited him to a troll, and the troll killed. Well, he killed one of the trolls, and then the troll killed him, and then I just basically used that opportunity to loot his corpse. But again, yeah, I think that the animation glitch is fixed, but I did die once. I didn't get that on video. I guess as a result of the frustration from kind of going through that glitch, I didn't get a lot of kind of cool role-playing ambiance for this particular episode like I did in the previous one. But sort of a recap here. Arundel is obviously a Bosmer from Valenwood. Yeah, somebody asked me if she's a green pact elf. Not necessarily. I'm not really role-playing that element, but I mean, I can see the benefit of the stamina benefit from that, but I'm using Bestial Stew for being able to manage my stamina. Anyway, so I kind of go through a bit of a lengthy process here deciding if I want to have two bows. The thing is, one's a heavy bow and one is a light bow. The hunting bow is it's a quicker draw time. I don't know how many people are kind of aware of light and heavy bows in Requiem, but they're substantially different because of the stamina penalties are so severe in Requiem. It really does make a difference which bow you use. I mean, once you use Bestial Stew, it's not as big a deal, but the draw time's slower, but the DPS is larger. I actually didn't realize that I had one-shotted that bandit, which is nice to have somebody else be on the other side of being one-shotted for once. Because in that one death that I had off camera, I was one-shotted. But I mean, I think my armor was kind of poor. And even if I didn't have the Even if I didn't have the animation glitch, I don't know that I would have survived that encounter. The beginning of Requiem's always a slog. It's always a rough ride until you can really get your skills going. Archery is actually not that hard to get going. It's just that archery doesn't really become overpowered until you get the slow time zoom perk. And I think it's archery 50 you need to get there, which isn't actually that hard to get to, but until that happens, everything happens in real time. It's a lot harder. Anyway, I wasn't going alchemy, but I did kind of switch it up. I'm doing a very light alchemy, just to kind of get the ball rolling here because the levels are going a little slow. My sneak is leveling extremely fast, but nothing else is. So I've just got a little bit of alchemy going, but I cut out a ton of sneak leveling, and I was having quite a fun time doing that, but I decided not to record any of it. I didn't think it was too interesting. So you may notice when you're watching this, when I'm in third person, you'll see an animation glitch. And the animation glitch is when I'm sort of trying to turn with my bow out in third person. Yeah, so you're seeing it now. You see the constant sort of like almost glitchy, like what's the word here? It's like every time I try and turn, there's sort of a spastic movement. It's not very smooth. So I think that I think I've deleted the animations that caused this problem, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's always extremely frustrating, Requiem. Whenever you're running away from something, you have to remember to sheath your bow. I think even if it's sheathed, you can still lose your bow. It's actually pretty dumb. You can turn it off. You can turn off that thing in the Requiem MCM menu to break the bows. But I'm not saying that the mechanic is dumb. I'm just saying that sometimes your bow is nowhere near the enemy, and like in that instance, I was literally jumping away from the wolf. There was no way that the wolf was gonna break the bow. This made no sense, but there's lots of bows around, right? And to be fair, as soon as you temper, I think you get a good bow, like an orcish bow or a dwarven bow. I think they're unbreakable. You can't lose them to wolves or anything. It's just these cheap wooden ones, right? So that's my only legit death. That was a legit death, but it was just sloppy. It was a sloppy death.
Someone there.
Anyway, bandit like that, when you kind of get the archery perks to speed up the bowstring time and to speed up, or rather slow time with the zoom, I mean, at that point, these kinds of confrontations become laughable because you just stand there with slow time and kill them. Pretty sure a troll came by and killed a bunch of Thalmor. So I actually got quite a bit of free gear here. I think it's pretty neat that my elvish character got elvish armor so early in the game. Anyway, so some of my gameplay earlier was pretty sloppy. From here on out, you should see what I would call high quality sneaky archer techniques. I mean, for all the hours that I've put into Skyrim, Sneaky Archer is by far number one. And that's why, right? Say with my Battle Mage, I'd have to rush in there and get into a confrontation with a two-hand, with a one-hand, with any sort of I guess, character other than the Sneaky Archer. You have to engage in confrontation. It's just the most attractive, and obviously the reason why it's the most popular build, I guess, at least for vanilla Skyrim, I think it is that you just don't have to engage. I mean, everything takes 10 times longer to play, right? Because basically the idea is you go in, you snipe, and you leave. So it's a hit and run technique, constantly hit and run. I mean, ideally, if you're a good sneaky archer, anytime that the sneak eye is like it was there, where you're detected, you should not be engaging with the enemy. I mean, there's obviously a point at which there's diminishing returns there if you kind of continue to play it overly safe. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you can pretty much, especially once you get the slow time perk that I mentioned, you don't need to kind of sneak around and hide, and because you can take out a whole room if you've got a really fast bow and the slow time perk. But at the same time, I mean, I would say that a sneaky archer would be viable for a Dead is Dead mod if you're playing a really safe style like this, like a really sneaky style. The thing is, though, there's just so many variables in Skyrim. I personally can't see myself ever getting very high in a Dead is Dead sneaky archer character, simply because what happened in the early game, right? I played it really safe and really slow I was very, very careful, and I still got one-shotted. Could I have done it better? Yeah, I think I could have done it better, but it's just when you're playing a light armor character, there's almost no margin for error right in the beginning. I mean, now I've got elvish armor. I can survive an arrow. I can at least survive one, maybe two arrows. I mean, personally, I think Dead is Dead is too stressful for me, just because I think that this Requiem is so unforgiving. I mean, in other games like Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, I played exclusively hardcore because there are so many margins of error. You can recover from a bad situation if you just play it right. But here it's like, I don't know, I guess I can see the attraction. I keep bringing this up in every playthrough. I don't know why I keep talking about it, but the thing is that what I see Dead is Dead is a real ultimate test of what the most viable builds are. And I think I would love to see somebody with the talent, because I don't know if I possess the talent, but I'd love to see somebody with the talent do a Dead is Dead sneaky archer. Because if you can get past these early levels and get into the 20s and 30s, and maybe level up crafting, level up light armor to the point where you can get Ebony's heavy, right? Dragon scale, or what's the best light armor? Get one of these really, really strong light armors. Maybe get some alteration protection on there. Maybe some blur. It would be really interesting to see like a super high level player pull that off in Requiem. That would be fun. I mean, this is just a lot of patience, right? A lot, like most people, I don't think have the patience to work on two guys for like 20 minutes, right? And invariably, the confrontation ends up in something like this, where your cover's totally blown and you gotta run away. But for those who saw my Battle Mage playthrough, I could be wrong. This could be a bad prediction, but I don't think I'm going to have the same difficulties. First of all, because I think I know how to play an archer. I was not a very good mage. I don't understand magic playing very well, but the other reason is just the safeness of this sort of play style. Like, again, you can really creep through a dungeon. Like, I could probably do Bleak Falls Barrow pretty soon. But if I'm being honest, I just want to get better perks first. So what's my goal here with both a roleplay perspective and my character? So let's talk about the roleplay. I mean, right now she kind of comes across as a do-gooder, but this is all self-serving. I can totally see her as being a thief assassin. I think that opens you up to some of the best armor in the game too, and it opens you up to a ton of trainers in both of those guilds. They synergize really well together. There's a ton of storyline you can get out of both of them, and it just fits, right? It fits with Sneaky Archer, it's perfect for a Thieves Guild, obviously, and also for the Assassin's Guild there, the Dark Brotherhood. So that's the long-term plan. What sort of skills? Well, light armor, evasion. Evasion, I think I could just level that organically. I don't know that I really need to invest in perks. Basically, this situation that I'm in at this exact second, I shouldn't be in this situation. This is just, me not doing my job properly, which is to sneak up, kill the guy. So I can't recall now who said it on the Skyrim Requiem subreddit, but you could really play a Sneaky Archer naked if you wanted, because the whole point of this playstyle is you're not supposed to get hit ever, right? And I mean, I think you saw earlier my sneak level at level 10 was already 50. It's already 50 now. Just imagine what it's going to be in 20. I mean, I'm going to max that thing out so quickly. And then once you get the highest perk in sneak, you're basically invisible. It's almost impossible for anybody to detect you. So I got sneak. I haven't decided on alteration yet. I haven't taken any perks. That adds you a little bit more protection, but as I just said, what do you need protection for? I did put a point into illusion, and I thought about maybe doing a little bit of illusion. For blur, but yeah, I don't know. This is a perfect example of just how easily you can clear a dungeon with a Sneaky Archer.
You think it'll work?
Of course not. Dogs I could train, but a half-starved wolf, not a chance.
Right. Lucky if it doesn't rip our throats out.
Someone there.
So, yeah, lockpicking, obviously, that's going to come naturally. Pickpocket, that was something that a couple people suggested doing.
What was that?
And I've never done pickpocket. It's something I might give it a try. There's tons of people to try it on. Especially, I was recommended to try that on like hunters and people that won't give you sort of a crime faction bounty.
Time to end this. Oh!
I guy must have had a scroll because he only shot one electricity bolt. I really panicked a little bit too much there. One thing I'm a little interested in maybe is yeah, no, I think I'm gonna just stick to sneaking. The only concern is when you get in those really tight corners, you need the perks, because things can go wrong in a hurry. I'm thinking specifically, I would not want to do Dustman's Cairn. Not that I don't think I'm going to join the companions, but you wouldn't want to do Dustman's Cairn at all. Get stuck in that final room with a slow time perk on your bow. I mean, there's probably a video out there showing somebody who's done it, but that's just kind of scary. I think I saw a video from Pampashek doing that. The main thing I'm doing differently here, though, than previous builds is leveling crafting. I'm mining, I'm making ingots. I'm kind of building the ingots up. I haven't really started crafting too much yet. But crafting and enchanting. I've been watching some videos on enchanting to try to wrap my head around what I have to do. I think I have a pretty good idea of it. But it's sort of like with alchemy, which I'm gonna just take the first 2, maybe three at most, 3 perks in alchemy, just to do a little bit of leveling and get some potions, because I can make some pretty potent poisons after a while. Yeah, and then there is the fourth point will give you a lot of poisons. All right, so this part really confused me. I got rid of Behind the Curtain, the mod by Xeromorph, which, no offense, is a great mod. I just did not understand why I couldn't use the shrine. So, I mean, I just have to RTFM, but yeah, I was looking at my crime. I picked 12 locks. Who gives a shit? I stole 27 items. I assaulted a few people. 2 trespasses. I mean, is that really? You're gonna lose the... There's no murders. You're gonna lose the divine blessing for 27 items stolen? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, the whole point was to get the arcade bonus for the health, the beef stew bonus, which I know about, but I always forget, and the bestial stew. So I got carry weight, health. I was supposed to get RK for health bonus. That didn't work out. I don't know. Somebody will probably explain to me you can only have like 20 items stolen, but honestly, it's dumb. I think it's dumb. I mean, what do the gods care if you're stealing some items? Like, you could be role playing a Robin Hood. I mean, it could be a totally ethical, completely ethical, or a morally validated playthrough. I don't know what the fuck. Why I'm denied a blessing. The blessings are fucking huge. They're a huge part of the game, and I don't think it makes sense. I mean, if anything, I'd prefer a system whereby... I mean, here's what I would do if I were a modder, which I'm not, because I'm kind of useless at that sort of stuff, but... that was close. That was really close. Usually I get glitched on stuff like that. Tell you what, if I were a modder, here's what I would do. Okay, so you can lose the blessing of the divines through stealing, trespasses, murders, all that bullshit. But it should be a bit like the Christian faith, right? As long as you atone for your sins, then shit's all good, right? And here's what I mean by atoning for your sins. Let's say you've done a bunch of bad things and nobody's even caught you. You've committed murders, or in my case, you've trespassed a couple times. Which I don't know when I did that, but whatever, One of them could have been at that farm when the guy said you need to leave 2 seconds after I just, come to talk to him about Cicero. I mean, was that a trespass? I don't fucking know. So let's just say that you've offended the gods in some way. You should be able to go to the Shrine of Arcade, leave an offering of flowers, of septums, of whatever that is. Some modder needs to get on that, like, immediately. So whatever has denied your blessing, you gotta atone. So, and there's gotta be a way to do that. I mean, you can't just be shut out for the rest of the game. Like, completely shut out of extremely overpowered dynamic of the game, which is like a health bonus, or carry weight bonus, or like all these shrines do different things, right? So I don't know. I say offering, and it's completely role-playing friendly, completely lore friendly, because whenever you go to one of these shrines or all over Skyrim, you see offerings, right? So clearly within the lore, there's a way to atone for mistakes, right? And let's just say for murders, you can atone, or it takes a lot. You got to save a life or something, or you got to do something dramatic, remarkable. But I mean, because I trespassed twice, I mean, give me a fucking break here. You know, I'm not Mother Teresa, right? I don't think Mother Teresa was Mother Teresa, right? You're not gonna be perfect in this game. There's no way. There's just too many glitches. There's too many ways to get undeserving penalties against you.
Never do another spine of that stinking jail. The dog you did myself.
I think what's interesting too is this game is basically about murder, right? I mean, all you do is go around murdering people constantly. It's just that bandits and Forsworn and if you're with the Stormcloaks or the Imperials and you kill one of them, then it doesn't count as murder because it's war. Do the gods care about that though? I don't know. It's one of those philosophical quandaries, right? I mean, I would think that just because you join the Imperials doesn't justify murder. And it's just like the arguments here in real life, right? Just because you're a Christian and you kill a Muslim or something, it doesn't mean that you get off you get off the hook for murder just because, you know, you might have some sort of justification. Yeah, it might not be a good example. Christians aren't at war with Muslims, but what would be a good example? Well, or we could use kind of like the example of Western forces against the Taliban or something, right? I mean, they are at war, but you are still killing people. Like, I mean, you can say they're bad people. You're still killing people, whether the gods favor that or not. That's up for philosophy, right? Anyway, we're getting into politics, but in the context of this game here, right? I mean, I just think that you know, it's interesting. There's obviously the reasons that you kill somebody are very important. Like, is there malice behind it? Is there evil behind it? Was it done with callous disregard for life? You know, did you kill the innocent? Was there justification, right? All those things.
Time to end this little game.
I mean, it's funny, if you get Janassa, right, the dark elf follower there in Whiterun, Janassa is like, she tells you every 5 minutes that she almost became a bandit, but she, what did she say? I was going to become a bandit, but I wanted to sleep in a nice bed or something. It was like some sort of joke. So, I mean, you know, Janassa's borderline evil, right? I don't know, I've kind of gone on a weird tangent here. I don't remember what my point was. Oh yeah, like the blessings of the divines. I sort of feel like the blessings of the divines, yeah, it should be almost like a karma system. Like, you can work on your karma. You can gain favor and lose favor with the gods based on your ethical, moral choices. Anyway, let's stop talking about that. That went on a little bit too long. Dude, this is the problem when you ask me to narrate, you know, instead of just what I did last video. I just go on this insanely pointless rant about politics and religion there. There's a total RP workaround there, eh? So, I knew obviously how many times we played Skyrim. We all know who Anise is. You know, she's a witch. So, I just stealth killed her immediately without aggroing her by going down here. But what was neat was, so Arundel murders this woman, goes into the basement, finds out that she's actually, you know, part of a coven. I think that's a pretty cool way to roleplay around the situation. I mean, I have done the situation where I go into the basement, you know, and oh, I'm so surprised, she's a witch, oh, I didn't know that, you know that, but oh, I didn't know, I gotta roleplay it, and you come out and she one-shots you, or I wasn't gonna risk that, right? You don't get a bounty for killing her, you just, I guess you're just supposed to feel bad if you're role-playing. Anyway, I think that Arundel is kind of looking for justification to kill people at this point. Looking for a moral justification. She doesn't think of herself as evil, but kind of gets a kick out of taking people out. I gotta say, watching this again, I'm actually surprised at my own sort of ability to take these bandits out. I mean, I know I've changed the crosshair to make it like a red dot. It's easy to see. It's easy to kill people with that. But still, I thought I would miss more.
No, wait, this...
Yeah, brown looks way better. Anyway, there was a guy who left a comment on one of my videos, sort of like, you know, why are you giving up on the battle mage just because things are getting tough? Yeah, I know I did give up on the battle mage, but I think the comment that I left was like, there's a reason why I kind of always play sneaky archer. Like, I don't know, this might not be that fun to watch, but for me, this is the style that keeps bringing me back to Skyrim over and over and over and over again. And I try other styles, and I just wind up doing this. But this keeps me going. This is what I enjoy, right? So I don't know if it's a matter of, you know, giving up when the going gets tough. It's like you kind of play what you enjoy. You play the style that appeals to you, right? By the way, that was first try. That was lucky shot, but fuck, that was an awesome shot. Sorry to have to toot my horn, but that was fucking amazing. Anyway, that almost wraps us up here, but you know, it's still quite early, but you can see how quickly archery can get very powerful. And it's only going to get more powerful as I get those archery perks. The slow time perk, the game changer. Do not think the Ebony Vampire is going to give me any fucking difficulty whatsoever. But like it says here, can't get overconfident, gotta stay humble, gotta stay careful. It's still Requiem, it's still tough, it's still get your ass kicked if you fuck around. So let me know what you think of this episode, and yeah, thanks for listening to that stupid rant. Take it easy.